I have. Well, I want to take it apart. I just want to look to see if there's like extra laying around.
Oh yeah, no, I get that, but you're probably gonna need to break into some little compartment or
I
something,
have
and then
alien laser gun build and repair. Alien probe build and repair.
hmm,
Mm-hmm.
Lightsaber build and repair.
hmm. Well, try your new skill. I'll let you support yourself with your alien probe build and repair. Then you're gonna go for your. If you make that,
Nice.
I
is
make
that
it.
crit?
No, I make it.
Okay. Take 5% onto your new alien spaceship build and repair,
Oh wait,
parentheses gray.
I do have fly space shuttle.
You can try supporting it with that as well. Try another support. And,
Oh,
okay,
so I take away
so
my +5. Excellent.
you're down to -5. So
Excellent.
your brand new skill of alien spaceship build repair, parentheses gray, is learn -5. We're all counting on you. Good luck.
Got it.
Nice.
Motherfucker.
Oh, nice rolling there. So.
Take a check as anybody who says, Logan, if you have a skill-based game, everybody just gets the same skill. Fuck you. We got our alien tech guy here. Nobody else knows shit or cares about that. So you get into some compartments. Give me a chemistry roll, Chris, to take something that's gooey but won't dissolve McKay.
So this is what's that skill though? Alien what?
Alien spaceship build repair, parentheses grays. These are grays, Gray or Grey. I don't care how you spell it. This is where you got your zap gun that you like so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
So
this is
it's
where we
all
got the
down to
alien.
chemistry.
Chemistry. So, thank God.
You take something squishy that won't dissolve all the bones in Joshua McKay, which will probably make him a little happier. It's like it just shows Fulton looking at two different vats, possible bone dissolve, no possible bone dissolve. He's like, so you take the nose bone and you go and you lube him up as best you can. Yeah, just squishing all that shit. Just shows McKay looking fucking miserable getting covered in this shit. So give me a new strength roll to pop him on out. There he goes. All better now. McKay,
Lovely.
you look atrocious.
Okay.
So you guys are back in this. And then you, McKay, give me, there's aliens laying there. Give me a sandy roll. Same bodies.
No, as in, yes, I make it.
One more point toward alien gray. Grayey, whatever. Then you go through a tunnel, and then you get over to the weird white gate thing that is just sitting there. Doesn't appear to be on or anything like that.
I shall cast Identify Gate on it.
Okay.
Question: are we in a location where I need to make a will roll or not?
Willpower times 3. Make
All right.
rocket go now.
And Identify
Good way to
Gate.
get a check in willpower.
And willpower.
As he begins cycling through his magic points, watching them fly out of his body dramatically.
Nope.
They all begin escaping into the ether. It's probably the weird goo that's on him. It's all green. And it has yellow weird stuff moving around inside, Doc.
Yes.
Eventually, he okay. What exact pieces of information do you get?
Where the gate goes to, how to open it, and magic point cost, if any.
I think it's kind of a to be determined. I think it might go to a new space opera zone if I ever get around to writing one. How to open it, I think it needs some sort of weird alien energy that does not yet exist because I haven't designed the zone. And magic point costs will be minimal if it gets open. There's a little note, check back later, folks.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a season 4 thing. It might be a season 5 thing. At this point, I have no idea because space opera is harder than it looks. Ooh.
And there's nothing. There's no. You can't go any further in this.
Correct.
Can you?
Yep. That means that your nemesis of the contortions thing is there. But I will give you a plus 5% because you've been greased up like a Scotsman.
Question though, is there a way to fly out of here?
In order to do that, you would need to completely fix the ship, which will require parts that you don't have right now. You could probably jury rig some parts, then fix it. So jury rig, fixing the ship. And then, of course, you'd need to use something that would probably burn out after the scene to go through solid stone. Some sort of transductor device from a la Buckaroo Banzai. But yes, it's possible. Super unlikely, possible. Then, of course, you're in red carpet in a fucking alien spaceship, which the Air Force will appreciate.
And the MIBs, potentially.
And the MIBs. Oh, yeah.
Is the gate big enough that the spaceship would be able to go through it?
Not even a little bit, no.
Okay.
Now, you're looking at kind of a smallish Stargate. Like, you can walk through single file type thing on this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sewers of disappointment, folks. Who knows why they were named that?
They are.
There's so much shit that it's like, if nobody discovers it, fuck it. But yeah, you can just feel White's ascendancy slipping away. It's like Grand Moff Tarkin when he grips too hard, more systems slipping through his fingers.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think Doc Fulton knows the only possible way to correct the situation, but as he said before, it's damn hard.
I think it's fine the way it is right now.
Oh,
It can wane a little bit further. We're not fucking done. We're not done yet. It's not like we're all suffering.
it shows masses of people all suffering. Just does a slow pan over them.
And they're all actors?
Probably, yeah. So they're suffering a lot for their craft. Assuming you guys would ever like to leave this tunnel, please give me contortions at plus 20. I'm going to guess Doc wants to go first so he's not stuck behind McKay.
Mm-hmm.
Doc? Well, you could always do something really rude to him if you're behind him, I suppose, and he's stuck.
I'm stuck.
Okay, it looks like Winnie the Pooh has been stuck in the hole. Too much honey.
Mm-hmm. I shall attempt to push him through.
All right. If that fails, you know where the grease is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No worries. Cool. Now it's all up to McKay to get through.
Where are we? Where's contortion?
I gotta say, if nothing else, the sewers of disappointment are a great place to train that fucking contortions up.
Nope.
Unless you're McKay. That's at a plus 20. You still failed?
Yep.
Okay.
I pop them out.
Great. Fortunately, you're with a really strong guy who seems to like smearing green shit on you. He's a pervert, sure, but he's your pervert.
Okie dokie.
X23 watches you guys. X023 watches you guys.
Do you have information on anything in the area?
Yes. He
Do you know
pulls
who
out
Zog
this
is?
fucking ratty ass tourist map that has like burger joints and stuff on it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a library nearby?
It says it rolls for something on Zog. Yeah, it's never even heard of Zog. Doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. New items come every few days. Be sure to check back then. It does a weird robot dance. It's really good at doing the robot.
All right.
It seems happy to see you guys. Well, as happy as it can be. As happy as its circuit's allowed to be, I suppose. You guys go back out through the long tunnel, up the professionally made stairs of mystery. Continue on the slope up, back to the, could be called the Australian Embassy, I suppose.
Well, it did have it spray painted on the side of it at one stage by someone.
Nice. There's 3 things of ratty scuba gear in here. Just looks like it's been just used and abused by people who had no interest in maintaining it. It's just waiting to fucking kill somebody and malfunction at the wrong depth. And the inanimate objects regard Doc Fulton hungrily because they know that if there's any possibility of getting him into scuba gear, he's going to die. And of course, then the extension cord goes off into darkness.
So the broom that had the sword, the writing was in Hyperborean from memory.
Well, actually, if you wanted to follow the extension cord, you could go back to the Strange City and go check it out for yourself.
There we go, yeah, Ancient Hyperborean.
Or you could look at your notes, either or. Either or.
So we could see if there's anybody that studies ancient Hyperborea in Red Carpet World and see if they know anything about Zog. Maybe there's legends or something. Depends if we want to go, maybe, I don't know, take some photos of the writing as well.
Well, we can always go, let's go down and look at the chamber.
All right, just see if there's we can work out anything new from there.
Sadly, there's absolutely no rolls that need to be attempted in order to get to that chamber. Especially since you can just follow the extension cord, as opposed to having to navigate the maze. You go through the strange city where there's a sad, empty fountain surrounded by 2 smashed up TVs. You go into a circular room covered with runes and a huge rock in the center. Runes say stuff. Give me learn rolls. Get a check in learn today. Maybe you can translate ancient Hyperborean.
I have ancient Hyperborean. Why don't I just roll my skill?
Okay, well, that's easier, I suppose.
Do you have any plus skill cards?
Nope.
Yes, actually having the skill would really help shortcut things.
So ancient Hyperborean, is that technically a right-end skill since all languages are right-end skills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. You
Nice.
bastard. Right. Essentially, it comes down to death to Zog, but in a really wordy way. Cat, you want out? Fucking cat. Yeah, hold on. No new information. That's the cat.
The exit from here, which was steep and a rather nasty climb down, did you ever check it out?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no, sorry. Ends after a turn in a cave-in. As I read my notes, a couple of paragraphs down.
Well, if it's still the same, keep in mind the sewers do seem to change a bit from time to time, especially if you're
Yes.
with Brown AI Servitor. But apparently they're having their own issues now.
Well, while we're here, we'll check the other exit to see if it's the same.
Groovy. I'll quickly do that and go to the bathroom again
Especially-
because
Especially since there was stairs placed in somewhere else. It was surprising.
yes. Strange City goes to, well, there's also the Dragon Head,
Yes.
but it also goes down to Climb Down, which then ends in Cave In.
So it hasn't changed.
No, not that one. Be right back while you guys discuss what to do.
So what do we want to do at this point?
Well, we could, grab some photos of the ancient Hyperborean, see whether or not in this world there's any history professors or anything like that that study it. And if so, go and talk to them to see if they know Zog, in case Zog's some ancient Hyperborean myth or something. See if there's anything more to it. Besides that, don't know if you got any thoughts on how to free Brown, if we want to free Brown, that is.
So what happened to Brown exactly? I don't know what happened.
So, some Blackulas working for the mayor came down here, used a very powerful pump to pump him into some barrels, took him to a warehouse. Sorry, took him to a sub-basement in a office and put him in a like a pool or something. I can't remember what it was exactly. Oh, it was a fountain. And they had some gizmo set up above, which was set up to drop cement on him, basically. And the gizmo had gone off and dropped cement on him, which froze him in position as humanoid, but now in cement form. And they did that when Mossad when Mossad invaded.
We could always see if we can find, like in some of the future tech areas, like something that can dissolve, or not dissolve,
Reverse.
or even the magic, like something that would like turn rock to liquid, or
Yeah. I was thinking maybe going like to MMO land, to Kinleyville or whatever the hell it's called now, and checking there. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, as you said, maybe in one of the high-tech places, we could check to see if there's technology there.
By the way, speaking of technology, the cryotube thing that Zog used to be imprisoned in, still all there, perfectly good shape to the best of my memory. Where's Chris
Okay.
going? Is he disappearing slowly?
So did that cryo chamber, did that have any markings or anything on it? Any
Not that I
manufacturer's
recall.
labels, anything like that?
Yeah, just your standard deep prison for possible deity cryotube.
I wonder if we could put white in there.
Yes, but then
As he perfectly mimes choking to death and then dying. Yes, he is possibly correct.
Well,
assumably, like we can sense yellow or Batman, assuming it's Batman. Others with high magic would potentially be able to sense white.
yeah, never mind.
Unfortunately.
Is Chris fading? Is that what's going on? No? Doc looks like he's either thinking hard or taking a dump in his pants. You're not sure which. No, it's a dump. You smell it. Never mind.
He's come up with some alternate lube to get through the gaps.
Ah. It's not good.
Nope.
So, you guys are hanging out under the sewers waiting for your flashlight batteries to run out so that you can go on to hard mode.
All right. Let's go back to the surface and let's first try finding, see if Hyperborea actually exists was a real place. Well, since there's ancient Hyperborea there, but see if there's actually anybody that studies it or something. You might.
Well, he's perfectly translated literally all of the runes as he's able to read and write it without an issue.
Yeah, we were talking about whether or not if there's someone who studied the history of Hyperborea or that there might be myths and legends relating to Zog.
Ah, no worries. You guys managed to escape the dungeons of disappointment, or the sewers of disappointment, rather, and head out of your newly repaired door. You're very proud of it. It took the workmen hours to put it in. And then it shows you bravely waiting on your Uber. And eventually, where do you want to go to in your Uber?
Library.
Cool. Yes, they have public libraries here. They smell like the homeless and children. So it's a training ground for children to eventually become homeless people. And you guys head in there. It looks like pretty much all of the good, valuable, useful books have been taken out and supplanted with children's books that children chew on. Right. Give me research rolls as you desperately look for something useful.
Got it. Nothing special.
It's believed that Hyperborea may have been ancient Greek Thrace. As in, he raped Thrace thrice? That kind of place. But did anybody make anything exceptional with their research rolls?
No.
This library is fucking useless. Do you know where Greece is, kids? This is what Greece is shaped like.
University of San Angeles.
No problem. You guys head over there. They have a lot of pretty much as soon as you get onto campus, Doc Fulton gets mobbed by students and whatnot, many of which want his autograph. Some are protesting that a film that he doesn't even remember making and wanting to yell at him about it. It becomes a mob scene very quickly. Would you like to slip away, leaving him to sign 10,000 autographs so you by yourself can go and do stuff? It's like George Clooney showing up at a university, pretty much.
You gonna be right there, Doc?
Mm-hmm.
Shows him literally getting torn apart by the crowd. Right, Doc, give me a fast talk roll. Lower is better. This is kind of putting on a little show as opposed to just getting mobbed by the
I get
crowd.
mobbed for a while.
All right, no problem. Campus security will eventually, hopefully, wade in to save you, or you're going to be half naked because everybody wanted a piece of your clothing or hair or whatever.
Okay.
It's not the greatest university appearance ever. If you'd made a critical fast talk, then it'd become a thing. So anyway, you're by yourself in the library there, Mister.
Mhm.
Nobody knows who I am. Go ahead and you walk in. Give me a fast talk roll because the guy says, "Excuse me, are you a student here?"
Fast talk. What is my?
And also, what answer do you want to give him?
Yes, I'm a mature age student.
Give me a fast talk roll.
Fumble.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to have to see your student ID.
I left him in my other trousers.
Well, come back with your other trousers, he says.
All right. I shall head over to the history department.
All right, no problem. Give me a luck roll, lower is better, to find somebody in who is useful. Shows like history of cinema, history of filmmaking.
By 20.
You eventually find like a kind of a general historian who gives the mandatory class that people need. And he's like, "Can I help you?" He looks harried and unhappy. He was like, "I was teaching a class, but somebody spotted the goddamn Fulton and everybody left." So.
Okay. Do you know anything about ancient Hyperborea?
He rolls his knowing old shit roll. Yes, he says.
Do you know any myths and legends about Zog?
A much harder roll for him. Yes. I happen to be the main resource of the entire country about this, but nobody cares about Zog. Apparently, he was called the Destroyer of Worlds and whatnot.
Is there any particular legends? Have you written a thesis?
What would you like to know specifically? I am at your service. Nobody has asked about this thing in so long that I feel like I'm going to die, he says.
All right. So you said he's known as the Destroyer of Worlds. So what was the legend?
He was a demigod. Yeah, he no. Essentially, he would lead armies into battle because it said that he is completely impervious from any damage at all.
Okay. Was there any way to defeat him or capture him?
No. Of course not. Unless, of course, they had. There was rumored to be some sort of special weapon that could defeat him, but it never surfaced. Eventually, the Hyperboreans got aid from the Atlanteans, who came and imprisoned him.
Okay.
Yes.
Do the myths say how they imprisoned him?
No, they just simply took him away. There's word that it could have been some sort of interspatial teleportation unit or something of that nature. There was also somebody named Vince Clortho who assisted, but all this is just way back there. He was supposed to be one of the Atlanteans who helped out.
Vince Clortho.
Not much is known about him, other than that he was supposedly one of the Atlanteans who, in this ancient myth and whatnot, helped out. It's refreshing to see people who believe that we can discover more about ourselves as a people through exploring ancient myths.
Oh, I got some photos you might find interesting.
He goggles at them for a while, like, oh my God, this is amazing. What a set. He figures it's a movie set because, that's
Mm-hmm.
to think otherwise is crazy. He can't read the language worth a fuck, but he is very impressed and he asks if he can keep them or at least get
Yeah,
copies of them.
yeah, yeah, of course. What's your phone number? I'll
He's
send the photos
happy
in.
to give it to you. Make a note that you
Okay.
have a historian on fucking speed dial who, you know, is apparently the nation's #1 guy in this for some fucking reason. Outside, you see, you know when somebody does crowd surfing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Doc Fulton unwillingly crowd surfing while screaming. The crowd's attempting to tear him apart. I'll have him roll a regeneration thing when he gets back. That'll be fun. Let the good times roll.
All right. So Vince Corfo is just imprisoning him. The Atlanteans came. Excuse me.
Nice. Yeah.
All
Let
right.
me see if this guy if he gets wise on your ass real quick. Here we go. His big roll. Yeah. He says, he was just moving through the ancient Greeks like a virus almost, killing everything in his path.
Was there a description of what he looked like?
Oh,
Did he look a particular way?
he takes a photo and then sends it to you. So yeah, you've now got a photo of what he supposedly looked like, hand drawn, of course.
Yeah, yeah. But there wasn't anything particular about his looks or his hair or that identified him looking different to others.
No, no, not really.
Okay, so it wasn't like he was 7 foot tall or.
No, no, just normal looking guy. But there's a lot of talk about, people would do all kinds of things to try to hurt him. Nothing hurt him.
Nothing hurt. So he didn't have an Achilles heel as such.
Atlanteans may have been his Achilles heel.
From what you're saying, yes. Or that mythic, or that sword.
Well, yeah, but the sword never came about, so they don't know if that actually works or whatever. But he was pretty damn strong and all that. He was a normal warrior type, it's just he didn't get hurt.
And why? Is there anything about why he was destroying stuff? Why he was killing things?
Yeah, he's just nothing is known about his past or anything. It's just he popped up one day and started killing.
Okay.
And people followed him, and he would get more and more followers. He's also super good at getting more followers, apparently.
So very charismatic, or
He's not
is
sure
it
why
more
he
to
gets
the,
more. Doesn't
or was
really
it more
say.
almost to the point that he seemed to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not hypnotize, but
Put people under his sway. Well, that's like
yeah,
a charisma thing. Yeah.
That more than that, because from what you're saying, like he was a demigod or something. So was that potentially one of his abilities that he could?
Yes.
That
would.
sway.
Well, it's almost like a earworm, like that song you get stuck in your head. But apparently,
Yes.
go along with Zog and kill everybody was the song stuck in your head. Just like right now, go kill that guy over there. It's some sort of servitor of a different power. You need to kill him now is going through your head. But his may have been, come follow me. I'm fun at parties and like killing as much as you do.
Okay, and that drew particular types of people to him.
Violent sociopaths.
Great. I'll need to ask Mildred if she's getting a signal.
Take a card.
Play immediately. Discard 1 piece of gear.
Cool. Fortunately, you've got all kinds of gear on you now, and your flashlight's
Yes.
been looking hinky for a while.
Yes, I'll get rid of the flashlight.
You did actually use it recently.
Yes, I did.
You hear screaming outside. Doc, could you give me a willpower ×4 roll, please?
Yes, I was wondering when that would occur.
Got it.
Cool. You seem to be regenerating. People have chunks of hair, some skin, most of your clothes. Campus security is like, please put down the famous
You
actor.
might want to mention what you just said to me, because things will go very interesting.
Hmm?
The S word? You said the S word?
Right. Who's
Oh,
screaming?
shit. Screaming starts. Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck. Sorry, Doc. Right. Currently, you are on top, crowd surfing unwillingly, and people are screaming and yelling and making all sorts of hoopla.
And as soon as they start screaming, I go into kick the shit out of people mode.
No problem. I'm not even going to deal with the combat because it now looks like you are defending yourself against the crowd, which has literally torn apart your clothes and bloodied you. The security guards eventually managed to get you away from the crowd. They're going to attempt roll a opposed strength roll against the 5 guys who are now attempting to. So eventually more guards come and. After they get enough guys on you, they eventually restrain you, but it did take more than 5 guys. Fortunately, this keeps you from killing anybody. There's several different students which are hurt and stuff. But fortunately for you, there's so much phone evidence that they started it that the university will end up apologizing to you for their students going completely fucking nuts.
Because they don't want a civil suit on their hands.
Yep. But they do ask you not to return to the campus. McKay comes out. It shows him like waving cheerily at some guy who's got cloth patches on his leather jacket. Goodbye, sir, says the guy. And McKay comes and joins you. You're sitting there. You've got like just the bare minimum clothes. There's like a strap of your shirt left and stuff. All your possessions that you used to have on you, you can do a luck roll at -30 for each and everything, as the college students wanted mementos. Sorry. Or you just cross it off and say, well, fuck me. One of them has a jar of some fucking dead guy. This is coming home with me.
Luck by half.
Half or -30, whichever is better for you. Probably missing a shoe. How'd they get your sock off the airfoot? The shoe's still on it. Shit like that. It looks like you just got done getting beaten the shit out of for a half an hour or so there, McKay, but you're in a cheerful mood. Do you have anything left on you, Doc?
I made the roll for the one thing I cared about. Everything else.
Oh, the zap gun?
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing.
Everything else is just clothes.
Ovaltine rings, all that shit. Money. You pretty much got mugged. Mugged is a good way to describe it. But you got your zap gun. It's a gift for a kid. And they left it.
All right, so I happened to find the #1 expert on Zog, on ancient Hyperborea and Zog. Basically, he moved through the ancient Greeks like some sort of virus, just killing everyone. Nothing could harm him. There was supposed to be some sword, but the sword never turned up. army attracted violent sociopaths to him. It was almost like an earworm or something getting into their head. So we need to have a chat to Mildred to see if she's starting to get the signal. It basically, the Greeks couldn't do anything about him, and the the Atlanteans helped them imprison him. Some guy by the name of Vince Clortho. I don't know if that name means anything to you.
Doc's busy fuming in rage from getting mugged by the college students who profess to love him a lot. He realizes half of his shit will be up on eBay later.
And that's
By the
when
way,
he contacts the police and has the police arrest him for theft.
Oh yeah, that's plenty fine. But also, you do have a picture in your phone there, okay?
Yes, and is this what Zog looked like?
It shows you a hand-drawn picture of the guy you released from the stasis tube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a bad picture. It's a bit more Greeky and heroic looking, but yeah, that's him. That's the one. Did you manage to keep your money?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, people tend to forget about a lot of gear when they're getting mugged.
In this place, I don't care about money, though. Like the amount that I would be carrying on me. It's not like I carry around like a whole bunch of PC standard bundles or anything.
You might. You've never before said, hey, I have to go back and get more money because I don't carry that much cash on me. So I just assume you carry it all around.
I don't have a duffel bag.
All right, credit cards, true. Did you check for your credit cards?
I checked for my wallet.
Good. So, right, an Uber gets called. Actually, they would like him to go via ambulance to the hospital so they can have him checked out. The university is happy to, of course, pay. They call an ambulance. Ambulance comes and is happy to take you and your buddy to the hospital to have him checked out.
So
Vince
Clortho is who is like was with Zog, you said?
He was the one that helped him imprison him. Yeah, apparently some Atlantean.
Oh, he helped imprison him?
Yes. Does the name sound familiar to you? It just sounds certainly doesn't sound like an Atlantean name, that's for sure. Don't know what Atlantean names sound like.
Back to the mansion, and I can do like just research on a computer.
Yep.
Do you mind if they check you out at the hospital?
Sure.
They check you out, give you a seal of health, and cut to you eventually make your way back to the mansion. Nobody's waiting there to kill you, which you find unusual, and it shows just how far your fame has fallen. However, there is a letter that was slipped under the door, and it's some other actor, like B-list actor you've probably heard of, who's wanting to meet you with your second at time, place, date.
Okay.
2 days from now.
Okay.
For a chat.
Sure.
But yes, now you go over to the laptop, and Logan didn't forget, it appears that it was destroyed somehow, possibly a huge electrical oversurge. Yeah, fried laptop card, bitches, 4 sessions ago. Still got it.
And we don't have Jim who takes care of replacing him.
Well, you used to, but somebody went and drove Jim crazy and then beat up his wife.
We get an Uber. We go get another one. We come back. Can we cut two?
Yep. So
Right.
you've got a brand new laptop. Give me a computer use roll to fucking make it go because it's brand. Oh
Nice.
yeah. He boots it on up. He gets on the internet. Give me a research roll.
That was what the first one was.
Ah,
By
So
lots.
I made
I
my
take it.
research.
great. No problem. Yeah. He's apparently some guy who was mentioned in the movie Ghostbusters.
Vince Clortho is the keymaster.
The Canadian actor
Mm-hmm.
who's retired, whose name I've completely forgotten. Yep. That explains why the name sounded familiar.
His eyes can apparently glow, according to the movie.
So
Apparently, it all has to do with summoning some sort of deity named Zool that will eventually eat the world or something. But the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man may end up. Apparently, the mythologies get mixed up over time, is our guess.
and Vince Clortho helped put him away?
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
According to this mythology that you're reading, yes.
Yeah, the Atlanteans helped him, and there was the one which was Vince Clortho.
Give me evidence analysis rolls, if you please.
I have.
By 60.
Cool. Your guess is either mythologies got mixed up, names got mixed up, or one person is not necessarily one thing forever.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps
Also, go ahead, sir.
No, I'm curious to see what you got.
Well, Gozer, the destroyer.
Yes.
Gozer. So you leave off the ER and you say it backwards, it's Zog.
Mm-hmm.
Refill your hand. Horrifying shit all coming together.
And can I trade cards before I refill or no?
Yeah.
Do you have any crappy cards?
Let's see. Got an opponent fails and a round revision. Besides that, they're pretty much refills and full retrieve.
All right. So I'll just take
Fucking clever Chris.
Okay.
That's what happens when you get the two solvers. Anybody else would be like, somebody else to kill. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
So Gozer is the destroyer, the traveler, and we talk about the keymaster. So I wonder if they needed the key mat. Like maybe he's looking for Vince Clothor, their version of it, and that will be how they get with the twins. How they bring Yogg to destroy the world or take over. Because if Vince Clortho is the keymaster, then that makes Mildred's daughter the gatekeeper, because she's the one that goes back to.
Well, Yogg
the
is the
limerick.
gate and the key.
Hold on. Let me pull up the prophecy. So through the twins lies Yogg-Sothoth. So yeah, because she is the she's Dionysus, which is the god of beginnings and time. So through Mildred's daughter, if the Keymaster finds her, so maybe that's not
That-
truly Zog. Maybe that is like his avatar type thing, which is why he's not actually Gozer. Or
But
something like that.
if Vince, yeah, so if Vince Clotho was the one that helped imprison him in this instance,
Well, actually, or the people like Vince Clotho showed up, Zog went away. They said, he must have imprisoned him. They could have left
Yeah.
to conclusions as well. Plus, you're reading pretty ancient history where they don't have a
Yeah.
lot. Facts are in short supply.
yeah, and then you've got
See, Zog could actually been basically Vince Clothor as well.
Yeah.
Because that would make sense as to why he wants to get Mildred's daughter. Because Mildred's daughter is the twins, and that they're the.
So if he's the key master and the twins are the gate.
So, and then actually maybe Yogg is Gozer, then at that point, the destroyer.
Well, yeah, because Yogg is the gate, Yogg is the key. But in this instance, maybe they are the key in the gate that releases Yogg.
That has the potential to. Now, that's not what has to happen, but.
No.
So if you take out the one who is. So then we have to. Then we need to find Vince Clothor to see if it actually is Yogg or Gozer. See if they're one and the same, if they're not. So if we can take out Vince Clothor, then that would be like, cutting, that would be cutting the evil off way early instead of waiting till like the crescendo for it all to come down. So if we want to go offensive, maybe we start looking for Vince Clothor.
Seeing what we can find. Well, let's Google the name and see if such a person exists for a start.
Oh, heavens no. The only thing you can find is all the links lead to the movie.
Yeah, all right. Just on the off chance, you never know.
Give me evidence analysis rolls -30 for a possible guess.
I'll toss a 10. I'm +10.
That make it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got it. By half.
Couple possibilities here. Either the movie could have been made so that all the links do go back to the movie.
Yeah.
Or this is a thing. Anything pre-internet doesn't matter worth a fuck as far as internet searches go, unless it's really famous like Beowulf. You can find Beowulf shit on there, but not a lot beyond the actual poem. So you're not going to be getting like a day in life of Beowulf type shit. But essentially, you're trying to research something that may be as old as Beowulf, and the amount of ancient shit we have, actual documented, backed up, verifiable stuff, is about a decent sized box. That's about it. We got that much shit. Everything else, sands of time.
So what we need to do then? So now we know what we need to. We need to research Vince Clortho, like really do good research on him.
If only you had some sort of giant mystical library or some bullshit.
Yes, exactly.
So now we need to find a way to definitely get back to the Shadow Academy, find out, to get the scroll, to get to the, So.
Well, do you know where what's his name went?
No.
And I'm not saying anything will be there either, but
no, but that's the most likely.
It is
that we know of, that we have potential access to.
As the fuckery all goes into a tight ball.
So now, how did you want to try to get to Shadow Academy again?
So I've got the spell reorient gate,
Mhm.
which basically allows me to change where the gate is going to.
Oh, another possibility that with your failed thing comes up with is Doc Fulton could actually be Vince Clortho, because if you think about it, he did free Zog. He did cut loose the Shadow Academy so that you couldn't get to the library, and shows his picture. I am Vince Clortho, and shows him holding a sign saying, "Yeah." It's all possible, I suppose.
Oh, sorry, it just occurred to me of a source, but I don't know if I know about it. Get what I mean?
You can mention the source, and I'll tell you if you know about it. That's all I can do, really.
There is a phone in the sewers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Have you actually been there?
No.
Where you can ask one question.
Mm-hmm.
And it costs a magic point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's other costs.
Yeah.
I love how there's all this fucking little niggly shit everywhere, and it's like all the power and happiness towards Scrivener, because my God, what a great writing tool for keeping track of this shit. I couldn't imagine doing this the old way with shit printouts on paper and shit. Let me go through my filing cabinet, see what I can find.
So why don't we go to a gate and let's see if you can't make it work.
Well, except for the fact I don't have the magic points for the spell because it costs 16 magic points and my essence is not that high.
You gotta ramp up some more. Yeah.
You try to teach me.
Yes, I'm not in a position to cast a spell yet. I know it, but
No, you don't need to cast a spell. You're teaching. You don't use
no,
magic
no. It's like a rank 8 spell. I can't teach it to you. You got to work your way to it.
Oh.
Sorry, it's a rank 9 spell, I should say.
The look on Chris's face. Get that on a t-shirt. Him going,
It's I mean, you're midway there, depending on how high you're in gate and time. It's like 4 spells after, well, phase other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, phase other is the 5th spell. It's the 9th one.